Now cast man catch you say Liverpool for the boys in sleep no maintain
yeah.
And mummy and son boy.
Wow.
Go for Neddy.
Yes,
sir. Yes, auntie. And but many a lot of calls. I'm sure Ayala gets them. Uncle for Cass and for ton your coats, maybe Bono be afro be say money 200 cities or beton code now and fixed games near the other.
Is there do that point?
People do that, Rich. But Mr. We don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't do fixed games and now say signing money man, we don't do that. Mr. Coats ninya no call social media handles. I mean, if I was verify in share Facebook crowd back who your coats no. Please don't fall to anybody.
Into obi.
Aye.
My culture say media no so no sebi nipa ni bi mpe omo mpe bre.
Yeah, we kronon ko.
O shedem no so anu adware. On the computer on odi se hu sa.
Na me ba me phones wa. Nkofo send me a message on social media. It means already obi sha be akuta baby Nigeria no one so oba. And I love you near the idea. Just like my follow for winner in any day. Abaza. Many one.
Yes, you. It is some from some money now. Ayala way.
Oh, Oba.
Oh, for Ayala, mammy now. Never sent counting in me. A capella Caribbean pay now. Unsa before Mobo game no. Because some me and Mujam so pa. And my house a bassa for no mass in say FIFA club worker or man mobi. No money ho. And I'm could demon some honor. Now say no more come tiamo.
But Stamford Bridge went man time. Almost a Pedriam.
And then Yamia dom and a Champions League drawn. Boko Barcelona. Your Bobo game in Stamford Bridge. And a bar for a bassa for so when they say the Agbena.
A girl again.
I work out for now, Tom Quemuno. Oconidium. Young Uncle for no.
Oh, Jerry.
Because menya course bibia. Among focus na your ball Barca game ni no. As Ayala made man because of Barcelona defeat no. It's in Ayala man and Ayala ba. It's Aya good morning.
Good morning.
Now what you saying?
Nyamiadum na me was some because I start show.
No problem.
Me wo uza me atore bia na me no kweka na me pendodo.
Okay.
Etimi broso. Me ode me call politics ma bia nka me ye Donald Trump Kennedy Japan mo stand bi.
Oh yeah, honest person.
Yes, me wo wana fatilo send me voice notes. Bi say one of your brothers omutie wa manone.
Okay.
And utie voice notes that you say the pakono pay asempa. Na semene say only Fiifi say me mbeduma because me car battery any problem. Na nipakono is even offering to help.
Okay.
But no kwenya me car battery nyewe.
Okay.
Tisa me gi sa emwana.
Enyi.
Na say me de kwati kwan bi age obi sika. And me be say me busa only Fiifi. Where did you get that information from?
And him say go
the car battery there. Me no obi anka ho.
Some me buy and I say na Ayala beduma. No be church reason tia. Ma mo kolusi. Then I say Ayala no pay.
Me ntimi beduma.
O ntimi ma. O start the car na enye adwuma.
Wow.
E do Barca game no kwan about to nye adwuma.
So yes sir, I go bi kwa beka say bia me ntwika.
Yeah. Also okay ne board.
Enya problem da.
Okay, I say be 400,000.
If you say me can buy, what is my can say?
I go fit them.
Debi.
Me dey na debi a. Is on fit any.
Me nya problem.
Me fit them
na me problem kwa kraso so with Zando. Zando if you hire ti una executive producer. Say bibinti obinti me meduma oni mpakono. Okraw. Me kraw no so man kan empty say me makeke.
Okay.
Me ma reason why nti me ma. And you was executive producer now. Trying to find reason why I'm back setting the record straight.
Wama.
No matter now, man, no maybe I'm Mekanye.
Okay.
Mekanye she.
It's a pop.
Oh, again, one of the bedroom. And one of the Biam the bedroom. I mean, come baby, I ain't crime, you come baby, and one of the call.
I see.
A year and a coy.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Maxwell Opoku.
Okay.
na oye member of the East Legon executive club.
No.
Yes. We are 1 year near.
Okay.
And Tina 1 year anniversary. Na one person who is very, very close to him and so a baby. And they needed assistance to attend the 1 year anniversary. No, I don't know. I occupy me.
When Jimmy Ama.
Yes, and Tiano pay. You may drop it off or more airport here.
Oh, that's nice.
And see, that is the issue. Now, Fifi, you better start a conversation. Be able to start.
Oh, Debbie, Pacho.
On the bay by team, you say.
Me and I'm so invite you.
Oh, okay. To come on, be free.
I be free me honor.
Oh, okay.
What's that dark board there? Me would do money. Did 5 years over Grammy was out.
Fantastic. Let me say, come on, be free.
Debbie. Be free, Yana.
Oh, okay.
Ayala, draw a buy no. Me kai pass our cars on person be can once me because from that time now draw a buy to say we game no. There dynamics no.
Yes, and
muwa. Enti mi ni san komo na just abo game na wie.
Of course.
Ni na na din komo ni ye. Ebo game ye mo je 3 aba ni saying. What happened?
Okay. From me Barcelona yemu no. From a Barcelona perspective no. I think say on the day, first of all, Barca team no a very, very bad evening as a team. There are those times in football where Obeko Park so utum say enedie eno man fa. And say utie from the players ni coaches ni nyina they admit asemi are making. But the contribution to Barca bad day no munya no was how well Chelsea execute your plan against Barcelona team no. And it started from the lineup no. So Bakaya on our platform, I was the first to post the lineups no. Because me who Chelsea lineup plan was okay. Maresca has really planned to face Barcelona in a certain way. Rich, since Maresca by the bay na one who say wabo game Abra won't start here striker. The first time was against Barca. Minkai Maresca ba Chelsea say was starting a game. And you say be strikers are not available in his team. We got the lap as free injury aba. Jao Pedro, these are 2 strikers or war. Plus Nkrano Tariq George Money Maguire moving out. But he decided not to start any of the strikers, but rather go Estevao, Neto, and Garnacho. What it means is that on him say, Barca Uchi Umutaya and Hansi Flick will always want to push on the defense line, Eban and Nim Kakra. And one of Barca's weakness will be in their build-up. There's a gap between the last defense line and Omu goalkeeper Debia. And the only way I'll be taking advantage of Sadiani year is space. Look, a woman said Barca Real Madrid pa. But Rich, a dear Barca Real Madrid wa. A como mu pa omun entimi utilizing year. And he said, Omun podie. Omun number 9 no. And yes, conventional number 9 no Mbappe.
Oh, nimbo sa.
Oh, pace. Me strength no. And you look at the Barca team, you look at the way Omu a free last year. Ometime exploiting as a flake even in this year La Liga anymore. You could clearly see that is the first thing you must work out. Say Odibenya Barcelona team no. And Maresca went full pace attack. And not a conventional striker. Obe Gina Hona easy say Obe bo sa high line no to outside the moon because needed say Ojina or train ball. Oh yes I emfa. Until he did well with in the front line. Number 2, you see, your players be our own. Omu he any senior Omu esitia wo team no. It is only when they play for your team and I'll bet me enya sa feeling ye. Make Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres say Raheem Sterling. there are some moments obetime ye bibi in the game now you say oh okay Abrante so on fast. There are some moments to Rich obetime ye bibi o game no one here obube funi sa because Hansi Flick mentioned it say Senka Barcelona SS our first goal now. It would have changed the style of the game. Chelsea will come and chase it. Into Afe, wow, highline. Because we will be to protect, you will vary the way I will approach the game, rather than say, Ube full blown transitional, now amount online no cost. And say Chelsea game now can conform to Chelsea say, oh, this Chelsea team and Amaresca also play a certain level of highline.
But before Fran Torres chance not said no. Not Chelsea is when ya clear cut chance almost said.
But so what if first 15 minutes no? Any analysis that Fran Torres chance no was very very clear. And Sakosha would have changed the dynamics, but Abrante and intimidation. Now, I also think Flick got the midfield makeup no wrong.
It was dead.
At the end, I would Eric Garcia per day with Fiifi in a game against Chelsea. I was Stamford Bridge pitch in the so because we know the intensity footballer, it's easy because oppressive one back naked to heavy. Flick on a place in the year every day. And on him say Upe, one of the fastest thinkers on the ball of the ball, and you Eric Garcia. And you can't blame him on your midfielder or your defender. And it's a Mark Casado, who the emphasis on Pedri. I don't have a problem. But Mark Casado should be your midfielder in that game. And now over Frankie de Jong and play both Daniel Olmo and Femi Lopez. Then you know say oh, in the absence of Pedri, you are going full blown with players of more intensity. Now you're clever on the ball. But the moment of ball Eric Garcia, you could see say Barca had a slow trigger. Person easy. Until they will bombard you with the pressure. And Chelsea, they know how to do that very, very well. Especially with the way Maresca so able on the midfield no. So Fiifi after the game, no Okase in Chelsea midfield makeup no. So Osha the way I know mobile game now. It was Reece James as the holding midfielder, Moise Caicedo as the box to box. Why? Because Oriya friend Maresca him say Eric Garcia and Barcelona 6. Then the only player left in the Barcelona midfield Obetinya Hawaji will be Frankie de Jong. Say Moise Caicedo Gina 6. It limits him on the kind of job Obetinya here on Barcelona transition. Let me free him. Almost Obibo says Cinemano. Not on should press the space now Barcelona will want to build. And so even though Moise Caicedo was playing as a box to box, Rich, now the target and transitional midfielder in Eric Garcia. The target is the one who will go and receive the ball from Eric because Eric Garcia and who in build up. By Frankie de Jong. And once Oklosi Odinachi, Mema Onjibono, Ojibona, Meba, then you have to release it back. And it's all where Barcelona and who said, Charlie, the way I am midfield next year, and the way I Chelsea are setting up. Then one outlet a bit Miyako, through body or left, and the next option a long ball to Lewandowski until Otimi block it Chaloba moi. Now what Timia hold it play or invite to Mama can abemu. But Rich, so long ball to Lewandowski. Say Okuli boni Vienna or Pesa or Mama can bemua. Say Osha the way at Chelsea were aggressive with the way almost game no 51. The moment the ball even leave the leg of Lewandowski, no, any other player be at the ball money be with Eric Garcia in the mix as your tradent, who is not too good on the ball, no, Chelsea will always suffocate you and won't feel. And they did that very, very well. Now, the last thing I say, you see, Rich, you can know Barcelona a weakness But to take advantage of that and score 3 is also a big problem. Clubs now Barcelona no one. Yes, the way Barcelona but even Real Madrid has not been able to beat this Barcelona team 3-0. And Chelsea did a very, very good job. Me, even on the day, I was disappointed in Garnacho. And Unim said, time na Garnacho Manchester United now there were rumors in the story said, oh, but Chelsea and Fiifi on Penono. I disagree with him because Namijiri said Garnacho a very, very good player. But in that game against Barcelona, Rich, me have some understanding why probably you have reservations on Garnacho. Nebona or Boltia Barcelona, it wasn't that effective, mommy.
Wait.
Because on your 1v1 on a day, kunde na so. Imagine say if Chelsea had Obi to say Kopama, and Omuborn one of the wings, and Omubo Neto, and baby and Garnacho Bona. More direct, very aggressive with the 1v1. And Chelsea beat match Barcelona best 5. But Garnacho the one kwa na or the bona Benechi or the kwa no the Benet. And I could clearly see say Maesca at the dugout will be frustrated. Say let's take full advantage of them. But look at the few times Estevao decided say Onion I saw the bona Benechi or the bona Benechi. That was Barcelona on the plate. Okay. And they did a very, very good job. Now, Rich, made them you see, you can have one big win over Barcelona. But, Mr. Chelsea fans, they should tone down on the emotions of some pronouncements after Barcelona game. No?
I don't say.
Number 1, Fiifi made it. Me too, me stress. I say, I didn't know Mendes was retired because he was here on the board asking you, say, is Cucurella the best left back? And I say, how?
Yeah, Cucurella is the best left back right now.
How?
Cucurella is the best left back.
I didn't know Mendes, you know. All of a sudden, we're retired a man team.
No,
but this is
but he asked you said yes. You said yes.
I mean,
the game was said
me feel say that game.
No, you said he was the best in the world right now. You said yes.
No, but me Hunze Cucurella is the best.
And I was surprised.
To you?
Yeah, from last season.
I was surprised. Then after the game, there is this. Okay, I will understand if it's on social media and I have fans.
So have videos
no. But to bring it to a certain level, say, you do the level where we should start comparing Estevao to Lamine Yamadi. Abba.
And then we catch
Abba. Where did we get there? Where? Estevao. On your starter or Chelsea. Say no will be a fit to Chelsea. Tell me where Estevao will play.
Okay.
Oh, player on free Brazil, but young guy. Onyanya start and for Chelsea. And you already want to compare him to Obia. Rich, are you a candidate for the Ballon d'Or last season? He had already won his country the Euros. Oh,
and already I'm catching
one beautiful win can lead you to those kind of discussions. No? So, it is acceptable. It is very, very, very much acceptable. And the question idea call the following day, listening to Gabi, Nincheche Muse declares to say he voted Moise Caicedo in the Player of the Year NT. It is some sort of admission. Say Caicedo, yeah, they check on who declare. Look, Gabi, declares, all the big games are Arsenal abo. From last season, you seen there. Rich, from the position, say Arsenal bobo na FS there. Go and ask who wins the man of the match. Against Bayern Munich. Arsenal is Bayern 3. He won the man of the match. against Real Madrid, both home and away. Look, one win, I am very, very beautiful, can make you super excited, which is very, very understandable. But I told you be home.
In 20 down,
okay.
Okay, basically, I could be Ayala. And I bet you using Tia Man.
Now, if you saw some small rebattles beyond
a share. Barcelona, Samuel Edu Ako from Pong. I say Estevao is better than Lamine Yamal any day. Yogi? Oh, Roberta Biabazoyana.
Oh, who's Estevao? I told you that even without comparing Estevao to Lamine Yamal, Makasen go phone to Mboase.
Okay.
I mean, I've said it several times to you. Okwana Debi also Kufi, yeah, and I'm telling you no. I still think I want to take my time. And me, I told you also on the day that the Lamine in the last 2 years now, you can't bring Estevao in the first year and say that he's better than Lamine Yamal. But I went on to explain to you, say, Adia Mijiri say can make the difference between the two. Because for me, in terms of talent, I don't think Lamine is better than him. I don't think Lamine's talent today is a far-fetched off near home before. But sa talent near be no benyebu for the crew. So what makes the difference? The management or the talent? And that's what, say 1 year, 2 years time, but not say Estevao about be saying Lamine, I won't be surprised. Because he has the talent, he is in a club that looks like they are going to build a win. He has a good manager managing a year to make sure say they take pressure off him. Only some boys didn't come out. They tell you that if you're not Estevao, if you move back, when they speak to his parents and the people that handle him, a grounded place, and they believe that a bit in the Nakofa.
Are Lamine Yamal grounded?
Oh, Obiani in the life.
Okay. On the
main casa. Obiani in the life. They may focus on Estevao. Obiani the you choose or born a bra.
Okay.
The facts of what if you are grounded, I'll point a boss 6, I'll coffee, say you'll be successful than somebody that stays out to party. No, that is not it. But it's also important. Say unim say in the work him out, then you stick by it.
You see, unim. My only problem with discussing I will have, and to stop to extension, the same discussion and for have it and say. If you see a boy, I say, yeah, my history I got there. Rich. Part ni mi na players ni namson, which has proven to be more successful for you to do a projection of the future with the same pattern ni namson. Look, and yes, I'm here Barcelona in India. You Fifi, you know, if Barcelona graduates from the La Masia, has a special talent, they normally get to the top. So special talent, he's at the right place to get to the top. Now, Estevao from Kakra, who from the background, even playing drums at church, may be different from the normal samba disco boys normal free Brazil. But Rich, the small caveats, and I say, the Brazilians in the Premier League have a certain history, which even Cafu and Omo legends have raised that issue
so Premier League
to rise to be superstars in the Premier League. And to him, what Estevao is doing today, Rich, in 2 years' time, he will want to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid. And that agenda will not only be pushed by him, but it will even be pushed by the Brazilian legends. Say, look, see, I could do baby or do now. The Premier League has never been a good grounds for your players.
You see, this is where.
And you see, you see, the year can if it is based on future projections, say a future projections, because me sure say in the next 2 years, should Estevao move from Chelsea to say Real Madrid or Barcelona, the Chelsea fans will not come and make argument for him and say, oh yes, they will stop. They will not back him with their arguments.
That's how you
get it. Yeah. And maybe a no man position. Rich, even among Chelsea, me yehwe game no say na mutie commentary. At a point in time the commentator said say the ama game no hwe ne fair and say we are watching two clubs. They are one of the best producers of young talents and they give them opportunity. But no credit say at Chelsea, Rich, how many Anna what about Chelsea as a youngster? What grew with Chelsea to become a superstar in the club? Unamun can tell me say, oh, or Bantem, he grew to become a superstar. Say Barcelona can boast of so many of them. No,
I love you see why me Estevao conversation is very important. Okay? When you look at Chelsea as a club, Inca 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, there was no way Anka Boom said Chelsea compared to Estevao William. It was not possible. But for this Chelsea project, Estevao would have been at Barcelona or Real Madrid by now. Because Chelsea wouldn't have gone the route. Some players say naturally, in fact, anyone wants Estevao or Barcelona and I say Madrid in me. Because from where they come from, that is the affinity, a normal thing for them. But you see, Chelsea have done an excellent job. One thing people don't realize is that next season, it is Estevao's performance. When people say Brazilians don't do well in the Premier League, there is one exception of a club, and it is Chelsea. Oscar, where was he? Chelsea.
Oscar Mbouamba.
Ramirez, where was he? Chelsea. Willian, where was he? Chelsea. Thiago Silva, latter days of his career, he no be winning Champions League. Chelsea. Chelsea is the only club in the Premier League of Brazil for anybody, wherever that's Anfad, over there, it works for them.
How many superstars?
Yes. So there was a reason why Chelsea made sure that before Estevao or Hendrik comes, everybody knows. Before Senen Kebeye, Estevao or Hendrik, no, Chelsea had spoken to Hendrik. They had brought Hendrik's family to meet Thiago Silva, Papa and Mami. Thiago Silva family.
Okay.
To try and convince the boy, he said, Chelsea is the place for you to come. He said, we'll buy Europa. Because the plan is to manage you to go and win. Andre Santos and Becaccio. Santos said about Bedru England. No. Baby at Chelsea Fondi can in the coy. Thiago Silva fee. To try and let him know, okay, we want you to stay here, go through the ranks of Thiago Silva and Wase, and then settle. Chelsea has a plan for him. But you see, the most important thing is that Estevao himself has to put out the performances he's putting consistently. And yes, no. Because like Ayala says, I agree. Cole Palmer is the best player at Chelsea today. But say Estevao, you bought Barcelona and that's all we didn't go out. What about Cole Palmer? What do you have English media crowd pushing Cole Palmer? The word aloud. Would they mention Cole Palmer? No. If Estevao goes to the World Cup and wins the World Cup, gets the semi-final, outshines Vinicius Jr., would the English media mention Cole Palmer if Cole Palmer doesn't play well in the World Cup? It comes to him. So, like Enzo Maresca says, that's why I think that Maresca is the best manager to manage this Chelsea project. There isn't any manager in the world that will do a better job than Maresca. And I've said it from the first day I listened to Maresca, Michelle Mami Fancy. And when you look at Estevao, Enzo Maresca about Estevao, or say, and me compare Estevao to Lamine, like I said, allow the boy to enjoy his football. I don't think Lamine has superior talent than Estevao. But per what Lamine has done in 2 years, Estevao will be after Europe. He has to be able to get to the podium of Ballon d'Or before we compare him to Lamine. Okay. Or do better.
Until he's
not there. And before say Obetimi better, no, he has to win the Ballon d'Or. That's what Lamine has not done.
I'll see. And you close that chapter.
Just a statement. The Fiifi can
okay.
We should just wait for that day.
No,
that day when Barcelona or Real Madrid will come calling for Estevao. Just wait for that moment.
8 years. You can 8 years.
They just wait for that moment,
By their temperament, Estevao reminds me of Kaka, while Lamine Yamal reminds me of Neymar. Okay. I ran to be beside question because say Bimsa Ayala. Also, Boyan Kekich was from La Masia. He had a special talent. Where did he end up?
There are exceptions to a lot of rules.
Okay.
Boyan Kekich talent in Drew Lamine Yamal. when you cast special talent, the category is maybe a Lamine Yamal what he has already accomplished, and a man is special.
Okay.
Senkeba say Barcelona tete sa talent. And say yentimi realistic. It will be countless.
Yeah, my process that chapter. Yentro Jumedian is 4.5, 11, 15. Na mini komo kitwe bi me nhyɛ da nkyɛkra na afei yɛntɔ dwumadie no so